Okay, everybody, do we have any notes to go downstairs? Any notes to go downstairs? Any lunch money to go? All right, and let's see, do we have everyone here today? Oh, it looks like we're missing just one.
Yeah.
And Brody, how many lunches do we have today?
We have 12 lunches.
Awesome, thank you. All right, let's get ready for social studies. Messenger, you can take this downstairs.
Mr. Elder, what type of things do you do in the course of a science year?
We mix in several topics. We try to touch on life science, earth science, physical science, always mixing in an element of engineering as much as possible. We're getting used to the next-gen science standards and making the adjustments to our curriculum to make sense of those and to hopefully offer a really, really engaging experience that will be memorable and useful as they go to middle school. So that's kind of the overall plan. We love having some hands-on stuff to mix in with the pencil and paper stuff that is obviously necessary at times, but not quite as fun as doing some hands-on stuff or going outside. So we take these little engineering breaks at times. It seems to be a fun break from other things. We did just finish our field guide for the rock cycle, and those came out really, really well. So this is kind of a little reward day, a little bit of an engineering break to do some hands-on stuff.
Thank you. Now we're in social studies class with Miss Edwards. Let's ask them some questions to see what they do. Miss Edwards, what do you guys do in social studies?
Well, in 5th grade social studies, we are studying American history, and we start with the French and Indian War, and we go up through the Civil War. Right now, we're talking about the effects of the American Revolution. We just finished studying how that ended with the Treaty of Paris, remember? And the way that we do a lot of our topics is to outline. I think we have a combination class. We have social studies, we are learning how to read nonfiction text, and we're learning some important study skills. We do a lot of note-taking, we do a lot of outlining, we do a lot of highlighting. And one of our strategies for learning our information is to do exactly what we've done here. We've all read this together, yes? And you folks have underlined the main ideas by yourself. And then when we get together, we highlight them and make sure that we understand the key points. So that's what we are in the middle of today.
Miss Mayo, could you please tell us a little bit about writing class?
Yes, right now we are in the middle of a grammar unit on nouns, but as soon as we're done with that, we're going to begin a writing piece, and that's kind of how we run class. Every time we finish a grammar unit, we do a writing piece. When that writing piece is done, we do a grammar unit. But every other day we write just for fun, and that's our free write. And on the other day, they share, and this class in particular loves to free write and loves to share. So lots of good writing coming out of this classroom.
Cool. Ms. Tremblay, now can you tell us a little bit about small group reading?
Small group reading is great because I get to work with students from your class and students from my homeroom class. And the kids enjoy working cross classes with each other and enjoying different books.
Okay, now can you tell us a little about whole group reading?
Sure, whole group reading is different from small group reading because I have my own homeroom class, and we do what's called whole group reading, where we study books, vocabulary. We have our goals posted always on the board somewhere in the classroom, and students work together to do interactive reading with partners. We have read-alouds where I read to them and we discuss the different parts of the book or the genres, and study vocabulary doing different activity posters for that, and what else do we do? What am I missing? Anyone?
We did the bread thing.
We just did a science
Paragraphs.
unit in reading, and we were able to make different kinds of breads, non-yeast bread, a yeast bread, and a gluten-free bread for a student that has gluten allergies to test out the recipes that were in our LBD book. So that was fun.
We do paragraphs on like foods and stuff. Like if when we had the cooking, like the cooking subject, we like wrote a paragraph on.
So we incorporate our writing into our reading content, and you are asked to write constructed response answers to different questions, which is great because I'm your writing teacher as well as your reading teacher, so that works well for us. Anything else that I'm missing?
I think that's good.
The fun projects that we do, you didn't talk about that in small group reading. You get to do a fun activity at the end to celebrate the book when we're in small group, right?
In our math class, we oftentimes like to break into 3 stations to get up and move throughout the class. So one of our stations involves some direct instruction from the Envision Math program. Another station involves some practice work or center activities, working on some basic skills. And then we also have a station in which we use online programs, Extra Math and Khan Academy, to have some really trackable marker points for individualized growth for kids, so we can report back to them and see what fruit we're gaining from all the work that we're putting in.